It's already November and we finally have the November pixel drop, which is a bit unexpected because we thought that we're getting those things in December, but nevertheless the November pixel drop is here. I'm running some of the things on my Google Pixel 10 Pro, guys. Wicked themes, remixed photos, AI in messages, AI in calls. A lot of new features from Google for us to test. And by the way, I want to share, there is a web page called Where is Enabled, where you can go, you can log in, you can put your own country, and you can very easily check which of the features are available for your country or region, because some of the features are restricted based on your location, some of the features are restricted based on your language or any other things, and you can check this, and this website is very useful. Now sadly, a lot of the new features from this November pixel drop are only available for, yes, United States of America. But let's go back on the screen, because one of the new features is already what you see on my screen, and you might scratch your head and just think, all right, what is this thing here? Because we cannot really see anything so cool besides the apparently wallpaper that I probably will never use myself. But yes, let me show you more to this, guys. For the record, it's 2025, it's almost 2026, and Google finally are doing something in regards to theming. Not that themes were not there before, like changing colors, changing icons. Theming icons, by the way, wide system adoption of theme icons, which is absolutely great. And this is, by the way, also what you can see on my screen. Regardless of the application that you're using, anything on your damn home screen is gonna get theme, which is super cool, by the way. But finally, Google are putting more to this. So right now we have a new menu inside the wallpapers and style, and it's called the theme pack. And this is how it looks like, guys. All right, so on the first screen, you're gonna see that you have options. The first is very obvious, like don't use any theme, it's the standard. But then we have three other themes: the For Good, the Glider, I think that's Ariana Grande if I'm not mistaken, and then one more, El Faba or something like this. And by the way, it gets even better than this, because apparently there is a very tiny, very small edit button, but when I click this one, guys, this is where the magic happens. The first thing that you can choose is the wallpaper, so let's try to use that one. By the way, there's gonna be a button, apply wallpaper. You don't need to click, this is automatic, guys. Now when I go back to my home screen, yes, it's not that I can see anything on my home screen, but for the record, guys, everything is themed, and this is really super cool. You can choose individual combos, like in this case it's gonna be home and lock screen. All right, let's try to verify this. Yep, indeed, it's my lock screen and also my home screen. Or if you just go here, this thing is going to get widely applied, and it's gonna be again on your home screen and also, I guess, on my lock screen, even changing the widgets, which is absolutely marvelous. And there is this option in the middle that only says lock screen. Okay, so apparently the first thing we can use is the wallpaper. And by the way, guys, you see here that there are multiple options, so I can go and select different options for the wallpaper on my home screen. This is not available on this combination that is the home and lock screen, or on this as well. When I go inside here, again, no option, but on the lock screen, guys, I'm able to choose between this wallpaper and this wallpaper. So at the moment, let's stay and use this one. And you have the option to not use the wallpaper at all. So I guess all the theming is going to still be applied, but not the wallpaper. The next thing, guys, is the color. So you can use color adoption, and it's going to apply everywhere on your icons, on your text, and more match colors in your wallpaper. This is very cool. And by the way, Google are demonstrating this with their calculator app. So let me just try to fire the calculator up and show you. Now when I open it, guys, you can see I have this theme with all my nice colors, and I can click choose theme, right? And this is going to modify it between the light and the dark theme, and still some of the accents are going to apply, which I think is quite cool. But you can also see that I was able to use the colors from my theme, and probably we can do another example. Let's just go here, let's go and use this one. And now when I click on the colors, guys, I'd expect everything to be absolutely yellow. Okay, you can see this is already showing my old colors. Boom! Everything now has changed, not only in the light mode, but also in the dark mode. So I really like how consistent Google are now with this approach, and I only hope that in the future they're going to expand it. Now again, I was really laughing at start because it's 2025 and Google just invented theming, things we have in One UI, ColorOS, HyperOS, OriginOS, all the other OSs, right? But right now, this is how Google are doing it. Okay, the next interesting thing, guys, is called app icons. All right, so you can decide to theme your app icons, like in my case, or not theme them. The not theming means that you are gonna use the standard Outlook. So this is now all my icons with the absolute stock icon. But if I wanna theme them, which is something that I really wanna use, yeah, I will theme, and it's going to theme every icon that is on your home screen. It's gonna be system-wide. This still doesn't really work like this on One UI, so I honestly believe that Google are nailing this implementation. And you can see how cool this animation is. But what is the next thing, guys? It's called clock. So right now I'm not using the clock, which means that when I go and I check my lock screen, I'm gonna get the widget that I specified here. But what happens if I want to use the clock that is coming from the theme? I can do this. I can just click here, use clock, and I'll pay attention. Boom. Yeah, I have a nice clock here. So again, it's really good that you can do these things. Yes, now it's gonna get a bit more ridiculous because there are things called GIFs, pin GIFs in Gboard. And yes, guys, indeed, let me show you this. It's really funny. Now when I'm using these GIFs or GIFs from the theme, I can click here. And now, guys, I have the option to send some custom GIFs from my team. Honestly, that's really an overkill, and I'm gonna disable this, but you see where it's coming from. And we have more options, guys. There is an option called sound. This thing is ridiculous, guys. Just you need to listen to this. So we have a sound for ringtone, a sound for the alarm, and sound for notifications. And honestly, I've been using this throughout the day, and it's weird. Why? Well, let me play the ringtone. All right. And this thing is gonna be your alarm. And this thing here is going to be your notification. Yeah, and I like the fact that when I just hit and select a box, it changes the color. I mean, this very little, very nice, subtle accents. And last but not least, guys, you can use the theme pack in Gboard. What does this mean? So right now, if I am to use it, it's gonna be see like this theme. And now the funny thing is that even when I'm disabling this, I still get this keyboard. Let's now go and download another theme. Let's go and download this one. All right, so how does this work? All right, you download it. You see, this is the notification sound that, again, is a bit weird. But okay, now I've downloaded this theme. I can hit the apply button. You're gonna get some nice, fancy, transformative animation. And by the way, this thing doesn't look that bad. What happens when I click here now? All right, yeah, you can see now my keyboard is themed. And I do also expect to have the custom GIFs. All right, yeah. Okay, is that a movie or so? I probably missed that one, but okay, now we have custom GIFs. So what about this? Yeah, you see, changing again also my calculator. And let's try to check the sounds here, guys, because I suspect and I really hope that the sound here are gonna be better. So let's just go to sounds and let's see the ringtone. All right, this is not good. Let's check the alarm. Okay, maybe a tiny bit better, but what about the notifications? Sorry, no, this just doesn't really work for me. But you get the point, guys. The idea is, and my expectation is that Google are going to put more and more themes, and you'll finally have an option to modify everything on your phone. By the way, this specific theme with this wallpaper looks kind of cool. Let's check it on the lock. Okay, yeah. All right, not my favorite wallpaper for the lock screen. I mean, just putting random people, I don't know even who that person is. No offense, don't like it, but this wallpaper is good. All right, do I have here all my colors themed? Absolutely. What about my Google Apps? Let's just go there and try to open the calculator. Okay, calculator is themed, and I would like to also open the calendar. Let's open the calendar, guys. Yeah, I would say semi-themed. But now, what about the other features in this pixel drop? All right, again, I told you in the beginning, there's gonna be a lot of stuff that is just not available, and not my country, in my continent, guys. You will have the option to remix any photo, and they just give an example. You take a photo of a dog, then you have an AI Gemini style of prompt. You can say, hey, turn this into a figure. So I guess this is gonna be something cool. The theme park, I was able to show this to you guys. There's going to be something that is rather interesting, the AI-powered notification summaries. So let's say you're chatting with someone, you don't have to read all kind of notifications, then at some point, you know, your phone is just gonna give you like a summary of the discussion, and I think this is kind of cool. Also, you're gonna get alerts about scams or likely scams and chat messages, which is good, and this is how it's gonna look like. This is interesting. Remove sunglasses, fix a smile. So right now with the Ask Photos, again, a functionality not available here, you can just go and remove the sunglasses from your face, but then you're not gonna get a pair of random eyes, but Google are going to identify and it's gonna know it's you from your Google Photos, and it's gonna take your best photos where your eyes are shining and replace it there, which I think is kind of cool. This is something that I think is also going to be very useful. Save battery with power saving mode. So let's say you're driving your car, you don't have enough juice, boom, we hit the power button, and then you get this like black and white Google Maps, you know, only the indication and the route, which I think is kind of nice. There's going to be some other stuff around Magic Queue, which is also, by the way, not available for all the users out there. Prioritize the VIPs in your life with upgraded tools. Elevate your favorites to VIPs. Now, this function was there before. Let's try to elevate someone to a VIP. All right, again, this thing was there before, but now let's say I can take my grandmother and I can put her as a VIP, which means that she can call me all the time and stuff like this. And I can also try to add her on my home screen, and this is going to be the icon. And with this new feature, they're bringing even more things for the VIP, so you can fully prioritize the VIPs. They can call you anytime, you know, no restrictions, which I think is something cool. So overall, guys, a lot of nice and exciting things. Yeah, and probably the most exciting thing here is that Google finally discovered theming, or let's say finally made theming available for the Pixels, which I think is kind of exciting, guys. I really hope that you have liked this video, and if that's the case, you might as well want to check some of my previous. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, VST over and bye.
No.